Hi everyone, this is Kathy Grosscorth with Bookkeeping Clean and Simple, and here is the overview video that I promised that I would do to cover some of the changes that have happened with the new bank feeds experience. And as you can see, I am in a actual client file, so I have obscured as much of the information as I can so you don't see who this client is, but unfortunately right now it's the only file that has this experience, so I'm going to use it to do a little bit of a demonstration, and this may end up being longer than most of the other videos that I have done, so there's a lot in here to kind of unpack. So anyway, before I get started, I ask if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel, share it with others, or at least click on the notification bell so that you can get informed of when I put out new content. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. As we talked about last time, some of the things that I like about this new banking experience is that now you can actually select the customer from the actual screen. You used to have to click into the transaction in order to do that, but you don't have to do that anymore. You can actually select the customer from the window here. Now what happens is if you go ahead and click on, say, multiple customers and miscellaneous, which is what this would actually fall under, we can go over here, and if this needed to actually be categorized, we can click on this drop down in the actions column, and it would also allow us to look at the categorization history as we do in the older version. So we click on that, then it's going to show us where we put those transactions in, and that way we can pick or assign the category if we needed to. But in this case, we don't have to. It remembers. And if you see this little symbol here, this is where AI comes in, and based on past history, this is what it suggests that it will put that in, what category it'll put that in rather. And then it'll also mention previous transactions with similar bank descriptions. So that way we know that that can actually go in there. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and click on post. And that is the terminology that they use for add. Now I talked about that briefly in our last video. And again, just so you can recall, yes, and we don't have to do that anymore. We have these pop-ups now. It's saying you can split and exclude and categorization history are now here. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to get rid of that. But anyway, that is gone now. And remember, we have new terminology in this new format. The for review is now called pending, which makes more sense actually because these are non-posting transactions, and so these are actually pending because we haven't done anything with them yet. Posted is what they use now for categorize, and we click on the posted column, we can go over here and see all the transactions that have been categorized or posted as they call it here. Excluded is still the same thing because those are the ones that we have excluded. And as you can see, everything that has been excluded is in here. So we're going to go back to the pending screen. Let's see what else that we can deal with. Okay, so again, if we want to do some things in bulk, we can still do some things in bulk. And let me see if I can actually find some things in here that we can do in bulk, such as we got the merchant bank card. And we got another one over here, and these have already been categorized here. All we want to do is we want to actually add the vendor and payee, which is going to be the multiple customers and miscellaneous. You can still apply here or apply in post, but what I like to do is look at these and make sure that they are correct before I actually go ahead and batch post those. But they look good. I'm going to go ahead and click on post to do those. And if I had any matches, then you would be able to see where the matches are, and I haven't gotten any matches in here. But the other thing is if you've already, if it remembers the payee, then you'll have the option again to go over here and look and see the categorization history, but you won't necessarily see that if you don't have a vendor or a customer or any type of payee selected. The only options you'll have is to either split, create rule, or exclude. So that's something else to remember too. So not a whole lot here unless I do a deeper dive into some of this. But what I like too is that you can actually add the files from here. If you want to attach a file to this, you can click on that and you can just add it from the transaction. You no longer have to dig inside of the transaction or click into the transaction to add a file if you need to. So anyway, a lot of ways I can see where this is really helpful, and Intuit has really done a great job at harnessing the AI technology to make things easier for us and our clients getting all this information into QuickBooks Online. So that's just barely scratching the surface of this. So like I said, I don't know when they're going to be rolling this out to everybody. And just so you'll know, this is what I think is part of a major upgrade to QuickBooks itself. I just posted a short video, which I may attach or put in the description so you can kind of get a first glimpse of it. But I think that's really all I can do today to kind of show you a little bit about what's going on with this new bank bead center. And I hope you found this helpful. If you have any experience with it at all, feel free to put your notes in the comments. So what you like about it, what you may not like about it. Anyway, have a great rest of your day and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.